In the parable, a king decides to settle accounts with his servants. One servant is brought before him who owes a massive, unpayable debt, often estimated to be billions in modern currency. The king, in a fit of pity, forgives the servant the entire debt when the servant begs for mercy. Immediately after being forgiven, that same servant goes out and finds a fellow servant who owes him a relatively tiny amount of money. The first servant demands immediate payment and has his fellow servant thrown into a debtor's prison when he cannot pay. When the king hears of this unforgiving behavior, he becomes angry, calls the first servant wicked, and sends him to prison to be tortured until he can pay his entire original debt, which is impossible. Meaning and lesson. The parable's central message is about forgiveness and mercy. The king represents God who forgives humanity a massive debt of sin that they could never repay on their own. The servant represents a person who has received this immense forgiveness. The lesson is that because God has shown such great mercy and forgiveness, believers are expected to show similar mercy and forgiveness to others for their much smaller offenses.